Phones have a good union. All right. Well, we're not going to solve these. Some of them get kind of gross. But I just wanted the general idea of identifying expressions and equations. Because it's the worst thing in the world. Real quick, a lot of you guys, with that problem I put up earlier that was on the handout, the worksheet we worked on, for some reason, once you learn the equal zero thing, you want everything in the universe to equal zero. And that is so bleak.
Okay.
Everything is zero. Holy shit. So if I said to you, simplify this, is that an equation? Because it doesn't have equal sign. Isn't that crazy? We call it equation if it has an equal sign. It's crazy.
Okay.
So I can't solve this, so how would I simplify this? Yes, 4x.
4x times 4 minus 4 equals.
So then 4x minus 2, right? Like terms? I can only put like terms together?
Yep.
All right, I am kind of introducing some things we haven't officially talked about yet, but just to throw it out there to make the connections. Everybody should have seen some of this before. Maybe it's been a long time. Maybe it never made sense. I don't know. I've done this a couple times, so let me talk about distribution property real quick. Yes, ma'am. You all right? Were you stretching? Or, oh, okay. I'm sorry, man. I can see the pain in your face, and I'm sorry. I just thought it was math pain, but it was something else. Okay. So, real quick, I really want, since I've done this a couple times, I want to show you why this works.
Okay.
Why am I allowed to just bring the 4 in? Part of you should be upset. You're like, you did all this PEMDAS shit, you have your own dumbass son thing, Jeff, and then you just go, screw all that. Because what would order operations say I must do? I must do in here. What is x minus 1? I don't freaking know.
But guess what? 4 times x.
I know, but why am I allowed to do that? It's a great question to ask. Don't just accept that that's what we do. You should say, but why am I, okay, I don't know what x is, but why am I allowed to just bring the 4 in? So here's what, you ready? Tell me this, what does like 4a mean? What does it mean? Don't say 4 times a. What does it mean in terms of like addition? What would it mean? 4 A's. Adding.
4 times 4.
Is that cool? And of course, sometime back in history, there was a math dude, or just a dude, wasn't a math dude yet, he had to write a plus a plus, and he's like, screw this shit, I'm just going to write 4a. You with me? And then, because I got 4 A's. Right? And then later in the class, we're going to talk about what this is, a times a times a times a. And this poor dude was the next day, after this, he's like, shit, he already put I want to put the 4 there. Damn. I got to put the 4 somewhere else, and of course, where we put the 4 here? Up there. But see, they both of those 4's mean I have 4 A's. If it's in front, they're adding. If it's up there, they're multiplying. Ooh. This guy could have said, I'm going to put the 4 inside. That looks weird, right? So we just decided to put it up there, and the one guy that didn't like it, we killed him, and then all's good. It was a little more brutal. I'm trying to get you guys to realize that the way math is not the only way math could have been. You just weren't there when they were coming up with the rules, right? So now you're catching up to the rules that somebody else made. What's more important is you understand what's behind the rules. What do they try to say? That's just a way to write something quicker. So what's 4m? M plus m plus m plus m. So what's for this? Yeah, x minus 1 plus x minus 1. So how many x's do I have?
4.
4. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Minus 4. So what's the shortcut? Don't do this shit. So all distributive property is a shortcut. It's not breaking the rule of order operations. It's rewriting it so I can then put them together a different way. Because I can't put x and 1 together. I can't subtract them. They're not like terms. So I rewrite it, reorganize it, and then I go, screw this. What if that was an 80? I don't want to do this. Shortcut, just bring it through. You must have been shown that at some point, right? As an explanation of distributive property.
Yep.
Distributed property? Okay. Distributed property. I like it. What time did we go till?
150.
150. Thank you. Okay. You had a chance. You could have said 110. Oh man. It's too bad. I wouldn't have believed you. But it's okay.
Well,
About 1:30 or maybe even a little bit. We'll see. About 1:30 we're going to stop and then do our little field trip. All right? Just hang on with you till then.
it's better to be honest.
What's up?
It's better to tell the truth.
Oh, better to tell the truth? Yeah, you're right. Good man. Lies will come back and get you in the ass. That didn't sound right. We'll be on. They'll bite you in the ass. I'm so happy I got that on camera. All right. Oh, this is perfect. I knew there was a reason I was doing that. Sort of. So exponents.
Oh, wait, which means whatever number times the number.
Exactly. So exponents.
Which means 4.
Now that we know the creation of exponents,
Okay.
how would I solve something like 2 to the 4th?
Okay. What it means
2 times 2 times 2 times 2.
Beautiful. Right? So exponents are based on what operation? Multiplication. Coefficients are based on addition. I guess. All right. That's why, well, it's a little too early for that. I'm going to say something like that repeatedly through the semester, because if you keep it straight what things are based on, it makes more sense why they work the way they do. So exponents won't work well with subtraction because exponents are based on multiplication. Holy shit. Right? So how come important, some of you guys, when I say FOIL methods, some of you know what I mean? FOIL methods, stuff like that. All right, explain some reasons why you can't do certain things there. That's way in our future. So this is 2, which is?
8.
Oh, that's 8. 16. I like it. So be careful, not 4 times 2,
No.
but 2 times itself 4 times.
Yeah.
Because I get that I get like 6 squared is 12. But that's 6 times 2. It's got to be something different. What about this? So if I forced you to expand it, write it expanded, what would you write?
Negative 2.
Right? Is that cool? So be careful. What's negative times negative? And what's negative times negative? Positive. So what will the whole thing be? It'll be positive. All the negatives cancel. If there's pairs of negative, they kill each other. They don't like rah rah. So if this was to the 5th power, these two would kill each other. These two would kill each other. This guy hides behind a rock, and he says, "All right." So 2 to the 5th power would be, negative 2 to the 5th would be a negative answer. So any odd power on a negative number comes out negative. Because you got an odd man out who survives. They kill, he's dead, he's alive, yay, he's a survivor. Right? Any even number will come out positive. Because all the negatives cancel. Does that sort of make sense? So that's why this does come out to be the same answer. Because that 4th power kills the negative, and here it didn't have a negative in the first place. They came out the same at the end. But what about this? The funny thing is, when I ask people to do this and they do it on the calculator, they put it in like this and they get the wrong answer. I really want this to make sense. Order operation saves your ass. What's first parentheses? Are there parentheses? No. What's next after parentheses? And what is this really? What's understood to be here? -1. This is negative times this. So order operation says do that. What's 2 to the 4th? Put a negative on it. Why is this one different? Because here I do have 4 negatives, don't I? What's being raised to a 4th power? This. Here, what's being raised to a 4th power? The 2. So let me write this again. What do I have 4 of? I have 4 2s with a single negative in front. Is there any other negatives to kill that negative? No. So of course he's still alive at the end. Here I have 4 of these. So now there is 4 negatives. They do kill it themselves, right? I still get some concerned looks. What's happening? Don't let it be.
You're multiplying everything that's in the parentheses.
Yes.
Everything.
So power is actually not very powerful. It can only go to the thing that it's sitting on. Is it sitting on -2 here? No, it's sitting on the 2. So now watch. What is 4 squared? What's 4 squared? 16. So then this must be negative. All I did was put a negative out front. So whatever the answer was, it must now be negative that. Now the difference is, if I have this, that is -4 times -4, which is positive 16. The negative is now a part of the problem in the first place. It's not just sitting on the outside waiting. This is just going, are you done yet? And now I can be there. This is, oh shit, I'm in the middle of it. So there's 2 of me, I gotta kill it. All right, a little bit, you're less concerned. I like that. Your eyebrows have unknitted a little bit. I don't mean to make fun, but I look at faces and I try. Sometimes classes, everybody's a poker player, and they're like, oh shit, give me something. All right. So I like people that wear their emotions on their sleeve. I have a history of taking up my shit. All right. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Let me see how deep they get into this. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. Stay with me now. You guys doing all right? All right, so for example, how would I, let me give you a couple things here. How would I rewrite this in exponential form?
Okay, so let me remember that.
B to the 6th power.
Good. It's b 6th power. I love it. All right, now how about this one? Write it in exponential form. Don't tell me like a number. Write it in exponential form. So the 3's would be what? 3 to the 4th times, I like it. Now you could figure out what 3 to the 4th was, right? 3 times 3 is, times 9 is 81. Right? But if I just say write it in exponential form, that's what I want to see, the exponents. Don't tell me 81. I want to see that. How are we doing? It's not that hard, right? If it's multiplication, you indicate how many there are with an exponent. Right? The difference here, if I had y, that of course would be 3y. Y times y times y is y to the 3rd. I like it. Algebra! Okay.
I want that.
Mathematical. Okay. Let me see what other freakiness I can show you. Oh, so let's incorporate this more fully into a PEMDAS kind of problem. So, for example, don't say anything aloud. Work on this for a minute. I'm going to make it interesting here.
Can you write it down, please?
What's up?
Can you write it down, please?
Let's see. Can you see that well enough, or do I need to write bigger in general? I'll tell you what, but that's what I'm asking. Can you see this? So I'm going to go to you. You're going to help me. We'll get out here in a minute, right? Okay. And they're going to help you if you make a mistake. Yeah, I'm going to write up on the board here in a minute. You ready? Is that all right? Don't worry. They won't judge. Some of them have some trouble with it too, so don't worry.
The first thing we do is the board.
Alright, so we're going to start to catch up to you guys. So what do you get? So like you said, the first thing you do is in here. So what do you get in there? You got to be careful now.
-2.
Yeah, what's 3 minus 5?
-2.
-2. Exponents, 11. So what is -2 squared? Now watch. I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to make a mistake on purpose. I just made a mistake.
No.
I really want to make this really clear because I get tired of writing this phrase. Multiplication cannot become addition. That is some
No.
magic level shit. Right? What's the operation right there?
Multiply.
What is it now?
Addition.
Holy shit, how the hell?
No, stop.
Thank you. It's not you. I'm the one that made the mistake. You're taking it personally like, dude, I never said that. I know, that was me. That was on me. So you replace this, but you don't take the parentheses, because what do the parentheses also mean here?
Time.
Multiplication. So yeah, you square it, but they have to stay there so it's still times. But that's such a common mistake, and I can't blame you because it is positive 4. So I understand why you write plus 4, but now you completely change the operation. You're not allowed to do that. Right? That's water into wine kind of stuff. Now that would be useful. Alright, sorry.
Yeah. Like that.
Some of you guys got it. Alright.
So,
So now what's next?
Multiply.
Multiplication, yeah? What's the very last things I'm going to do?
Add, subtract.
That 4 minus and that plus 5. So I know some of you guys think that's 7. But that's not a 2. I don't know what this number is yet. That's how to look at it. I got to figure out what this number is yet before I can subtract and add. So I get 4 minus 8 divided by 2 plus 5. 4 minus
Four.
4. Thank you. I heard 6. I heard some other stuff.
Well, you didn't get it.
Divided.
Fine.
5. Alright, how you guys doing? Alright? You alright? I know today seems to be very heavy on me talking. I'm sorry about that, but I got to get a lot of stuff out there so like the next time I see you, I can give you a little group worksheet to work on everything we talked about. You with me? Just deal with me talking a lot sometimes. Alright. Tell me. Okay, good. You got some time. Alright, try this one.
I'm doing good for my kids. Okay, first we do the blend.
Oh, do you like it so far?
No.
Good.
Okay, first thing we're going to do is the blend to see.
Let me see. I don't care how it comes out. Let's see. It doesn't matter, Jeff. All right. I like it. I like it. Come
There you
on.
go. I'm going to cover this from 4 times 4, 16.
Just say this again. I think most of you guys are doing okay with this, but I never want to steamroll something. So if I'm doing something too quickly, or if I go to another problem, you're like, wait, I didn't understand the problem we just did. You gotta speak up. Because like I said before, if you have a question, at least 7 other people have that same question. You could be their hero, if just for one day.
Quote the wallflowers now.
Huh?
Quote the wallflowers now.
Actually, I'm thinking about David Bowie when he did that song.
Either one.
Whoever you have in your mind.
I'm just don't be afraid to act well. Don't be afraid just to teach it. You don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta demand your education from him. All right.
Yep.
So you ready?
Yeah. Okay. So what you want to do is
And notice, like you said, you're doing the parentheses first, of course. And how many sets of parentheses are there? So you could actually kind of do both of these. They're both in parentheses, so I can just do them right now. If you have stuff at the same level, you can do them at once. You can kind of get things quicker. So 6 minus 5 squared divided by
Minus 24.
this is being added though, right?
Yeah.
So not times. So 8 plus negative 3 is 5. Those of you who said 5, you're good. I heard a few negative 24s, and I see where that came from, but it's addition, not multiplication. Right?
Okay, cause I'm minus 3.5.
And on the bottom, what happens? What am I subtracting? 16 and 9. Good.
See,
Good. So the bottom is 7. That was nice.
cause
What do I do next on the top?
You gotta do the
Exponents. Yeah.
5 power.
I like it. So 6 minus 25 divided by 5.
you go 5.
Good. 6 minus, because you divide before you subtract, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
6 minus
5,
5.
1.
So 1 over 7. Bam.
Yeah.
Do not assume you got the wrong answer just because it's fraction. That happens in real life. So it will happen here sometimes too. Good. You got it. You seem to be getting it pretty good.
Cause
All right. Let's see. So I guess I'm going to do... Yeah. Here's something that's semi-interesting. Well, they finally got up to us with order operations. Yay, book. There's how you got the Giron Sally thing, blah, blah. But here's something that's semi-interesting. What is 1 to the 80,000th power?
no, I don't.
80,000.
Yeah, they don't.
What's 1 squared?
1.
1.
What's 1 cubed?
1.
So what's 1 to the 80,000th power?
1.
1. There it is. You guys with me?
Yes.
So what about, what's negative 1 to the 80,000th power?
Negative.
Every time you have an even number of negatives, the answer comes out positive, right?
So it's 1.
So it's positive 1. Negative 1 to the 79,999 power is?
1.
Negative.
Negative 1. Because 79,998 of them pair up and kill each other, and this guy, one of them is still there. So it's a negative 1 power. 1 negative is still there. What's up? Are we all right? No? So let me bring the numbers down a little bit. Negative 1 to the 4th power. Positive 1 because of negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1. The negatives cancel. But negative 1 to the 5th power, you would have 4 that cancel, and you have 1 left over. So now any odd power is going to come out negative, and any even power is going to come out positive. Okay. And what about this, of course? What is 0 to the 17th power? 0. I like it. Yay. Alright, so that wasn't... I told you it was sort of interesting. Alright, I'll tell you what. That's, I think, plenty right now. Let's see. It gets interesting looking. I'll tell you what. One last level of stuff, and then we'll go on our little field trip. I got you all excited there, and then I backed up one. Too bad. This is very classic use of that. What's up? Of course, anytime you want to. Don't even ask. So if I had something like this, now could you tell me what the answer to this is? If I just wrote that,
No.
right? No, you would say it's the color yellow. No. But if I said if A is negative 3, B is 2.
Yes.
All right, take a second and figure that out. Don't say anything out loud. Now you should be able to evaluate that expression now that I've told you values for the unknowns. They're not unknown anymore. Yeah. You're going to replace A with something. So be very careful. Hopefully everybody's cool with the fact that this is no good. What did I do wrong if I do this?
Equal sign.
Alright, there's no equal sign, that's good. So I'm not going to solve it really. All I'm still doing is simplifying, but I made a mistake. Does anybody see the mistake I made?
4 minus
Yeah,
3.
Yeah, it's not 4 minus.
Yeah, what's the operation supposed to be?
Times.
Multiplication.
4 times.
So really, in general, when you plug values in, you should always plug them in parentheses so they they maintain the operations that are happening. I like it. So now you can do this. 4 times negative 3?
12. But in negative 12.
Negative 12.
4.
I like it. All right, so that's pretty basic stuff. So what we just managed to do is we just managed to make it into section 2.2 a bit. So that's a pretty good day. So what we're going to do now, let me see if we can all handle this. You're going to pack stuff up and start to move in the direction of the tech mall, and you're going to allow me to get in front of you so I can make sure we all go to the right place. We're going to find some...
Take our backpacks and jump with us.
Yeah, anything you don't want other people rifling through. So just take everything. I'm not coming back this way.